All right, guys, I am right here. It is Valentine's Day, but before we go today, I wanted to bring in a special guest. Like I always told you, when I'm sitting here, I have a special guest, and today I have Joy back. Yes, Joy Kiza. She's a marriage counselor, and of course, she talks all things love. How are you doing, beautiful?
I'm fine. Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's to you. I see the colors. I decided to go the opposite today.
Yeah. We had to really compliment each other.
Right. Nice to have you here again.
Thank you.
How has life been?
Great. Life is life.
That's great. Talking about Valentine's, today is Valentine's Day, and I do understand your better half is not here in Uganda. Yeah. How are you dealing with that today?
Well, he did the needful.
Okay.
Sent the flowers, the cake, the gifts.
Aww.
So, in short, by the way, long distance tenkola bubi. Yeah, I'm not a quality time person. I'm passing tenkolera byenjagala. We meet when we meet.
We meet when we meet. So today our main topic, we're gonna dive right into it, Joy. Today is Valentine's, and there's so much that goes around Valentine's, especially here in this African community of ours. So many men have different mixed emotions. So many different people have mixed feelings about Valentine's. Some people think it's a waste of time, just another day to blow their money. Some people think, yes, it is a special day. Now, let's talk about giving gifts to each other, partners, on Valentine's Day. Is it a must? And if it doesn't happen, should you be mad? I mean, let's talk about this.
So, Robin, you when you were talking about should we give gifts to our partners, I remembered a story when I was growing up.
Right.
So there's these relatives of mine that were married for about 20 years. And then one day, the lady says, I'm done with this marriage. And everybody's like, what do you mean? This is a guy who would literally move heaven and earth for his wife. So she's always driving new cars, she's always having trips and whatnot. So everybody was shocked, like, you know how everybody tries to loop her in, like, what's going on? There's nothing we cannot solve. Is it infidelity? Because now you're already older. Right. That shouldn't be an issue. You know, they really tried. And then she just said, you see this man? He doesn't love me. And everyone is like, wow, okay, break it down. And of course they talked it through. But now that I'm older, I do realize that sometimes your partner can love you in ways that you don't feel loved.
And how's that?
Psychology has what they call the love languages.
Okay.
Then in a book by Gary Chapman, and he talks about the fact that human beings have different love languages. For instance, a partner might want to be loved by spending time with them. Right. So even if you shower them with gifts and whatnot, doesn't do anything for them. Personally, I'm an act of service. Okay, there are 5 love languages. Let me first break it down for our viewers because they might be like, what is that?
What is that, yes.
So we have words of affirmation. The people who love to tell them, you're smart, you're beautiful, I love you each and every day. They want to hear that. That's how they feel loved. Then we have the gifts receivers, the ones who want to receive random gifts, surprises and whatnot to feel loved. Then we have the acts of service, the ones who you do things for. Like, I would really appreciate if you came back home and did for me the dishes. Don't bring me gifts, do something for me. And then there are the physical touch, who are the people who, you know, want to be touched, hugged. Yes, those kinds of people. Then there's the quality time, the ones who want you to spend a lot of time with them, like be around them, do the things they love to do. And so it's so easy for you to think you love your partner, but if you're not speaking their language,
they won't see it.
Think about it. We've been talking about the Mexicans before we came onto the show.
Right.
Imagine you're a Ugandan and you're speaking Luganda to a Mexican. They won't pick you.
Right. Now that
Yeah, so that's how love languages work as well. So you'll be speaking to someone, you'll be sharing someone with gifts, but is that what they really want? Is that how they feel loved? So I believe that on this special day like Valentine's, people should look out for what their partners feel loved most as, and they should show up as that for them. Yeah,
that is true. I guess now thinking about it, I'm all about the touch. Like, I'm not good with long distance like you. I've been in long distances so many times,
That
and it
ship
just
has many people.
and it just has not worked because I'm all about the cuddles, you know, the feel it, touchy. Now, so, but I still feel like a day like today, like, or a day like Christmas Day, I feel like a day like my birthday, you know, I feel like gifts or a gesture, like a thought, something thoughtful, like even if it's one rose, like you don't have to go. Personally, I feel like even if it's like one rose, even if you just went to the supermarket and bought me a chocolate, like a sneaker bar, because you know I love it and I don't eat it every day. To me, that works for me. So if I don't get a gift today, should I be mad?
Actually, it's two things. You should be mad and you should not be mad. Why? Because there's also a certain way that we've been conditioned to accept certain things in society.
Right.
It's like, for instance, we expect girls to dress as girls and boys to dress as boys. So we believe that on Valentine's Day we must receive flowers and cake and candy and wine and whatnot. So even though your partner might not really appreciate gifts as something, it is a cliche that we have been born and raised into. So just out of common courtesy, do it. However, I believe that also partners should express their expectations.
Right.
Not before Valentine's, not on a random, like just get a random day and you're having a conversation and you're like, by the way, babe, I actually do appreciate if I got flowers, maybe on Valentine's. And you're saying that in like October. So this person has it at the back of their minds. They're not just going to be like, I tell you, pressure more corporate.
I know.
Robin, when I was on a certain media house when I was working there, Valentine's,
Right.
I would buy myself flowers because my husband didn't understand those things. He said to understand them when he moved to Bulaya and he was seeing everybody doing it.
Right.
So he was like, okay, this is actually a thing. So I used to buy, the pressure.
You buy yourself flowers.
The pressure. And now I know that people in those various malls like Kochi, Galiraya, Gazaland, it has been raining flowers. So if you're that person who hasn't received anything, somehow it can hold you.
Yeah.
And yet it's not even that deep.
Right.
So communicate with your partner prior about what your expectations are for a day like this.
Okay. Now, for those who have men or who say, I don't believe in Valentine's, like I just don't believe in it. So if you believe in it, guamani. I don't believe in it, and I show you love on a daily basis. Why should I make something special just because it's today? What kind of men are those for someone who is out there to understand? Because Ibra on the camera, he's that kind of man. He said for him, tebamutawanya nebyo byachana chitoye tayagala mmanya. So what would you say to a man like that?
Alimba. No, you know, there are certain things that we don't want to do or that we don't believe in. But when it comes to your partner, if it's something that makes your partner happy, you just go out of your way and do it. Like if you're going to spend, let's say, 100K on just like giving them flowers and whatnot, it's not something that's really going to strain you. Like you're going to go out of your way so much. No, just do it for your partner. You just do it.
Right. Now, finally, what message would you give to lovers out there, especially those who have let Valentine's bring a wedge or bring a distance between them? Because I feel like some women are petty. I'm not going to be one of those petty women. Yes, I would love to receive a gift, but I won't be petty because I believe he loves me regardless. But what would you say for those couples who maybe Valentine's has brought kind of like a wedge something between them?
First of all, I think people need to appreciate the reasons that they're in those relationships, okay? Appreciate that, let's say you're married. This is a marriage. Valentine's Day is not going to be the do or die of that marriage. But then also you need to appreciate your partner. Whereas we're telling the men to learn to listen to their wives, to learn to just, you know, make their wives comfortable, especially in this cliche season. Also, we expect that women are also more accommodative of their men as they wait for them to change. They should be more accommodative. It's not that deep, honestly. It's not that deep. So many people today are going to make so many life-changing mistakes, life-changing decisions. We shall know in November. But honestly, don't do it. It's not that deep. It's not that deep.
Definitely.
Don't get pregnant for anyone just randomly because of the excitement of today. If you're ironing that red dress to go and do things you're not supposed to do, may it catch fire from the flat iron. And honestly, if your partner hasn't gotten you anything, or you're not going out and you're just at home, love on them. Just do something nice at home. You could decide to go to your bedroom and just hold a picnic there, you know, away from the children and whatnot. You could just watch a movie. You could order food in. There are lots of things that you can do. You don't necessarily have to be out and spending a lot of money. Because sometimes, by the way, men fear to spend money.
Yes, they do. Especially on a day like today, they're like, I'm trying to come here.
Yeah, so cook a nice meal maybe and just share with your partner. You know, think about how far you've come in your relationship. And I believe that today should just be more of a day of reflection over how far you've come and what you hope to achieve in the future for your relationship, and not just a mere day that passes us by celebrating and having flowers and whatnot.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much, Joy. Unfortunately, we had little time, but we had to have someone like you on a day like today, because relationships are really, you know, tricky, especially when two parties, one doesn't understand, or the other, you know, when you don't understand something and then you make something into a big deal. So yeah, thank you so much. And today we actually have a winner. There's been a campaign going on, and we have a winner who has won Love in the Wilderness. They're actually going to get a chance to go to Lake Mburo. So I don't know if Tamale is ready to give this person a call, because I'm supposed to call them and surprise them that they're going away to Lake Mburo with their loved one.